I'm not gonna lie.
Ball could be Wayne.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
I love it, baby.
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins by Tennessee to one Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. McGrath for the win. He got it. If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit did to do and well. Am I back?
You're back.
Okay. Reddit did to do and welcome into more important issues. It is Thursday. It is also November. It's November 2nd to be exact. Landon, how you liking this weather, man?
Dude,
what's it doing for you?
It's the worst. I want to die.
Keep it to yourself.
I don't want to wake up in the mornings. Don't want to go outside. I've become a hermit. Just all around, just horrible vibes.
Hate that for you. I love it. Kind of feels like football right now. Pads aren't quite making the same popping sound. Hey, this is where the real champions are made. November. They remember what you do in November. Johnny Majors.
Is that right?
That's what Johnny Majors said. You gonna contest that?
I mean, I guess they'll also remember what you did in October and December.
Probably not December because that's bowl games and then only 1 week of championship games. So like not really December necessarily.
Well, I mean, we remember the Orange Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. Like very few remember December. The proud.
Which I guess that was in January, wasn't it?
No, it's December 31st.
Oh, okay.
30th.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's a Johnny Majors quote. At college football playoff, they've proven they don't really remember what you did in September. They unfortunately do not remember the 25th night of September. That's very disappointing. But yeah, I mean, you can lose games early and doesn't really matter. I guess that doesn't really apply that much to this year.
I love that the college football playoff rankings already came out, and like it's never going to be like a for sure. Like there's no rhyme or reason for any of it.
No, and I do have to. I've been working on too many conspiracies. The Connor Stallions one has occupied too much of my time. I've got to start working on this new one though. That Kirby Smart pays them to rank him lower or higher, depending on how you look at it, numbers wise, to motivate his team. I think he would have a meltdown if they were ranked number one the first week of the college football playoff. Because I'll be, as a Tennessee fan, and I loved it, and I'm not mad about it. Well, I'm a little mad about it because I think it was a conspiracy to bring us down, but we should not have been ranked over Georgia last year in that first week.
Yeah.
Like it was very clear Georgia was the best team. It is very clear this year that Georgia's the best team.
Well, that's like if you haven't already bet for Georgia this week to just absolutely demolish Missouri, you should.
What's the spread? I haven't looked at the spread, but I think
it was like 15.
We're taking it.
Yeah,
we're taking it. I mean, it could have been
being ranked number 2. Yeah, I mean they're covering it.
I like Georgia fans are all talking about how everyone else has tweeted their ranking or whatever, and their tweet, and I'm like, their tweet was sent by Kirby. Like I understand Kirby probably doesn't even have access to his own Twitter account. He went into their media team's office and he typed out that tweet. He said, "This is what we're sending. Our guys are on. They know. They're going to see this. This is what we're tweeting." It's called Blood Tuesday because Kirby's ready to murder someone. But he also concocted. It's premeditated.
Mm-hmm. I think I should start tweeting at like just random Georgia accounts saying if y'all don't cover the spread, like you don't deserve to be ranked.
Agreed.
And stuff like that. And then when they cover the spread, I'll just like send a screenshot of the slip. Just be like, hey,
the $7,000
it worked.
Yeah. Right.
But also if they don't cover it, then my take still stands.
Yeah, but then you have to interact with Georgia. I feel like you're in a it's a win-loss situation, I guess, because if you have to interact with them and win money, like that's good. But if you have to interact with them and lose, that sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
Georgia's probably the only
They are
fan base.
I do have one person that is a stupidity. I won't get into it now, but it's good. It's golden.
I've got a lot. I've seen some good stuff today alone.
Yeah.
So we got a good show though. Shout out SNL. That's one of my SNL's not my stupidity, but we got a good show for you guys tonight. We're gonna talk about this UConn game, this homecoming, the things that surround it. Also little college football. We're gonna talk some college football. We only have so many promised in life. Take advantage. You're only gonna be in Neyland so many times. If this could be your last, live it up.
Yep. Also, college basketball's coming.
Monday night.
4 days.
Do you want to go with me? Wait, maybe. I just realized my brothers did say, both of them said maybe. And I took that as a no, but let me get confirmation.
Wait, did you buy season tickets?
No, it's Landon. Buddy, I got that kind of money.
I was about to say.
I can't do football. I'm not you. I can't do two sports.
I mean, I ain't got much longer until I'm not doing two sports either. So
but no, I mean I'll be at some basketball games this year. I gotta up that memento. We're trying to get to the top of memento. We'll get into that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I've looked at everybody's and I've got to top it. I've got to get to more stadiums. Next year starts our FCS tour. It's the only thing I can explain.
Yeah, we start Maction just like on Tuesdays.
I know we need to get into the show, but how awesome was last night's Maction? The snow, CMU and Ohio. Is that right?
Was that Tuesday?
Was that Tuesday? My date this week. Let me tell you.
I was about to say, wasn't the Connor Stallions thing? Didn't that come about in that game?
Yes, it did.
I love that.
Oh, well, all right. Let's get into the show. I'm sorry. But yeah, Maction's awesome. You know what else is awesome? Underdog Collectibles. They're the best. Underdog is Knoxville's best, told you, sports collectibles store with a wide selection of UT cards, autographs, and memorabilia. Whether you're looking for a Peyton Manning autographed helmet or the most recent Topps baseball card release, you'll find it at Underdog. The shop is owned by UT graduates and proudly supports UT sports by hosting NIL events throughout the year. Stop by the 640 Plaza at 4452 Western Avenue in Knoxville. Open 6 days a week with live YouTube shows 3 nights per week. They're doing card breaks, people. They're awesome. We're going to do some card breaks eventually.
Yeah.
I've got another idea, but first, remember to always
Actually,
be on the Underdog.
I have a Canadian football unopened pack.
Do it right now. I got an idea.
Okay.
Before we get into UConn, you know how New Sentinel, and I'm not bashing this. I don't care. I think it's cool to a degree, I guess. Cool might not be the right word. You know how they do those like best of throughout the year?
I thought you were going to lead into like Shy Tuttle over the years. You remember that stuff that they used to do?
We should do that.
And the first picture was like Jared Garantano.
I think we should do Connor Stallions over the years, and it's just random white people on different sidelines just standing there.
Yeah. It doesn't even have to look.
No, just white.
I think it could be a black guy. I think it's just like random people.
You're going to get that. I mean, can you imagine that conspiracy? Connor Stallions is changing his race and ethnicity to sneak into football games and steal signs.
This is an outrage.
You're going to fire up some people. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know
it's
if I
one
do
thing
that.
to wear a beard, but you can't change your skin color.
No. Well, I mean, honestly. Yeah, anyways. But yeah, we do the best of, and we just do it. We do it for our sponsors. So best shop in Knoxville, Underdog.
Okay. Yeah.
Best app everywhere. Memento.
Best podcast we can
Yeah, we just do it ourselves. Best podcast presented by More Important Issues.
Best producer, Joey Boots.
Shout out.
We'll make Dylan come in second.
Yeah. Best apparel, Rowback.
Uh-huh.
Best polos, tees, and Q-zips, Rowback. Best apparel goes to our guy, University Traditions.
Yeah. Dude,
and he wins best hats.
Those new hats are sick.
And he wins best hats.
Mm-hmm.
And best golfer. That dude can play, guys.
Yeah, he's
shout out to Adam.
He's one of the best I've ever played with. And I haven't played a lot of golf, but he's the best one that I've played with.
He's probably the best I've played like in a group with.
Mm-hmm.
Probably so. Yeah. All right. Sorry. I need to get that idea off my chest. We'll probably just do it one day randomly this week.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. All right, let's talk UConn. But first with UConn, honoring a legend comes at a good time playing UConn. Get your, I know a lot of students have probably, been preoccupied with homecoming, but if you want to do the bed sheet, talk trash, be a good time to just talk trash to their women's basketball coach. Leave football out of it. Bash Gino. Whatever you want to say. It's a free game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in. I'm totally in. I do think we can give a little shout out to Jim Mora too, because he is kind of the start of the decade of dysfunction in a way.
Okay. Track that for me.
So he was the Seahawks coach that didn't go
Yes.
500, got fired, and that's Pete
That's right.
Carroll left.
That's right.
And Kiffin left. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Good point.
So let's bash him too.
Yeah. Good point. So I guess that brings up a good point. Did decade of dysfunction start when Kiffin left or when we fired Fulmer and then lost to Wyoming?
Yeah, I guess.
Also, I like Big T a lot. Love him, macrodosing, great podcast. He said he misspoke on the podcast. He said that the Wyoming loss led to Fulmer resigning / getting fired. He resigned that week, and then we lost to Wyoming. Just to clarify, that was a loss that was speculated. Team kind of quit. Because
I mean, what? That's
fired.
Is Philip Fulmer psychic? Maybe he knew he was going to lose that game.
He's like,
I'm resigning, and then it's going to make y'all look even worse.
I'm pre-resigning.
Yeah.
Bruce.
But yeah,
I'm here
UConn.
Run around. UConn. So Pat, let's start with the Pat Summitt. They're going to honor Pat Summitt and the Lady Vol tradition and history by wearing the blue accents. I think it's a great look for, once a year. I like that it doesn't. Dude, I don't know about you. I am alternated out. I'm sick of it.
Of ours or just in general?
Mainly ours. And I'll say this: alternate colored out.
Okay.
Like I wish we talked about this. I wish more of our alternates could be orange and white, not orange and gray, not gray, not. And I think our blacks look great. The Condridge ones grew on me. Still don't love them, but they grew on me. I just wish we could wear more orange. So I think this is a nice touch to pay tribute because Pat Summitt never wore all blue.
Yeah.
Like her teams never wore all blue. As far as I'm aware, I don't think they did. I think that was a thing that happened just a few years ago.
Yeah. I like the accent. I think it just pops a little bit. But it's pretty simple as well.
Yeah.
You have to change your entire uniform to do it.
And it wouldn't bother me if you outline numbers in it, or like I saw the Richard G. West tweet, which Joey's been preoccupied. We don't see any good replies, which is disappointing. But he tweeted out that the end zones would be Lady Vol blue, and I thought about it. I was like, if you outline the entire end zone, like the entire checkerboard, not each checkerboard, but the entire thing in blue, I think it'd look really good. Outline the power team blue.
Yeah.
I think that'd look good.
The old men on Facebook probably had a conniption when they saw that.
I mean, Dave Hart has not been seen since Lady Vols have been reinstated. Yeah, I do love the accents. I think it looks great. I think it's a nice, subtle touch without without changing too much. And again, I'm not against alternates. I'm not against alternate colors. I feel like we haven't seen Tennessee in enough orange and white at home. We already had 2 home alternate. How many home games have we played? 4? 3, right? Because Virginia was neutral.
Austin P, UTSA, South Carolina,
and then Texas A&M. Yeah, 4. Okay. Yeah. So let's get some orange and white in there.
I'm cool with that. The uniforms don't really bother me. Like you said, the Condridge Hallways one, those weren't as bad as I originally thought.
I'm not gonna get up in arms about them.
Yeah. It is what it is. But I do like this. Do it one game a year, and I think you can still keep like your same uniform. I do like orange pants, but they're not doing orange pants this time.
They're not?
No, white pants.
Well, didn't the graphic have orange pants?
I don't think so.
Am I crazy?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, that's disappointing. That was the photo of Joe Milton. They have one of Hendon Hooker, I think. I can't remember what game. No, it didn't.
Florida.
Was it Florida where he was standing in front of like pretty much the offense? I mean, it was a lot of the team, a lot of the offense, but mostly offensive line. And then Joe Milton has one from the UT Martin game last year in all orange, blue. Such a good photo.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. No.
UConn, not a good team.
Why are we not? Hold on. Why are we not wearing orange pants, but we're willing to wear black cleats several times? I am going to get up in arms about black cleats.
Yeah, I don't understand the black cleats thing. I was hoping that was a Jeremy Pruitt thing that we'd never see again, but here we are.
And I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me, actually. I'm sorry. I don't think it's a bad look, but I feel like the jersey needs to have black on it. We need to bring the Casey Clausens back.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, you just kind of look slower, but maybe that you're kind of throwing off your opponent playing mind games a little bit. I don't know.
It helped that Kentucky. You played Kentucky. You probably looked a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Connecticut.
Yeah, Connecticut, not a good team. Only win is the Rice. They won that 38-31. Here's the thing, though. None of their games have really been a blowout besides Duke, where they lost 41-7. Kept it close with Boston College, USF, Utah State. I mean, none of those teams are good, but
it was. I mean, they've been getting blown out in the past. So yeah. UConn, a better football team comparatively speaking.
Best 1-7 team in the country.
I think we actually made that joke about this UConn team, didn't we?
Yeah,
earlier in the year. Yeah, that'll be on our college football playoff resume. They played the best 1-8 team or 1-7 at the time.
They were probably thinking about that, but then I'm pretty sure Shane Beamer hasn't said this yet, but it's coming that they're the best 2-win team in the country.
Well, they don't. It doesn't feel like they've only won 2 games.
Yeah,
they're preparing for a Super Bowl. For God's sakes. Shout out to his son though, football guy.
I didn't see that.
So I guess he asked his son like why he didn't invite him to like his Halloween like parade they have at school, and he was like, "Well, kind of figured you should be at the office working because you won 2 games." Which it feels like that, like my 4-year-old saw this and is offended kind of story. But I'm also going to choose to believe that Shane Beamer got roasted by his son.
Yeah.
Which I think that's a moment as a dad. I've never been a dad. I don't know. Maybe you get angry with them. I feel like that's a moment that you're just like, I'll raise that kid right. He knows.
Yeah, I feel like you just take that one off the chin.
Yeah. You might fist bump your son for saying that to you.
Yeah.
Football.
You know what? You're right. Actually, maybe I shouldn't be doing so many commercials.
Is that what it is? Like good family men or bad football coaches? They don't spend enough time in the office.
Yeah, they're not married to the game.
No. Nope.
I don't really have a lot for UConn. I know they're not good. They do have a quarterback who's been there for a long time. 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Is coming back from a ACL last year. They only have all their none of their receivers have more than 1 touchdown reception on the year, which I thought that was interesting. But they just don't do anything exceptional.
Yeah, this is more of a game about like what can Tennessee do to build some confidence? What can they do to get some looks? What can they do to essentially prepare for the rest of the season? This is your you kind of get this game should be kind of a reset button. It's kind of like game 1. It's a cupcake opponent to kind of just nurse some healthy, some not healthy guys through to the end of the year to, again, build confidence. Hopefully get some younger guys in, maybe with the thought process of looking forward to next year. Also maybe try to build some depth for the back end of the year I'm not saying you throw freshmen. You're not trying to get freshmen that haven't played ready for the back end, but guys who just haven't seen the field much this year, you may need because of health. Try to build some depth on the back end of the year. So this is much more about obviously, you have your opponent on the field, but it's much more about Tennessee than anybody else.
It's doing what my wife is incapable of doing at Target. Get in and get out.
Okay.
Just make – you haven't got these guys like Nico and, a lot of those young guys reps in games that you probably should have, like Virginia and UTSA and Austin Peay just weren't able to put those teams away in the first half where you could do that. And now maybe some of those games you probably should have anyway because you're probably going to win them regardless.
But you win first.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what Tennessee is going to try to do. We talked about it before the show. Is like, was that a growl?
It's Brutus. He is. Well, I'm a bad dog guy. Just hadn't gotten the attention. Haven't been on a walk this week. He's high energy, and so I'm petting him right now. And I guess I hit the good spot because I was like, ooh.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think Tennessee fans will go insane if we do not see Nico in this game.
Yeah, and I'll go insane for another freshman that we haven't seen much of. And I understand why we haven't seen much of him regularly throughout the season. The backfield is loaded. You don't necessarily need him. He's probably behind these guys, but I want to see Cam Seldon run the ball.
Yeah. So see him with the ball in his hands.
Put me down as a riot if we don't see Cam Seldon. Go ahead and pencil me in for that one.
I think a lot of this game is who do you have at positions where you haven't really rotated? You kind of know what you have at linebacker, but other than that, that's kind of the only besides running back, but you have three really good running backs right now, but you don't really know what you have behind those three.
Right.
You just really haven't seen positions rotate, especially offensive line.
Yeah.
What do you have when if all these guys leave next year?
Yeah, this year kind of felt like a reset. Next year's going to really be a reset.
Mm-hmm. Secondary, same thing. That, a lot of those guys are probably out the door, and you just don't really. We've seen Ricky Gibson a little bit, but other than that, you have Jordan Thomas at times.
Yeah.
But nobody's really rotating. You don't rotate at receiver. Well, you did, but because you had to, and Chaz Nimrod and Caleb Webb, but it looks like it's kind of set right now. It's Chaz and Ramel and Squirrel, and then Dante Thornton's thrown in there some too.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's not been a receiver which you still get Squirrel White next year, but it was as much fun as it was for Joe Milton to get thrown in late in those games. Getting to see Squirrel White late in those games too. I'd love to find a freshman that we love on the back end of these games this year, or a young guy that doesn't play much at the receiver position. Who's fast enough to just run under a deep ball? Mm-hmm. Who's going to get Nico his first tutty?
Yeah, and it's another thing is you got to worry about the transfer portal and not just guys leaving because you haven't played them, but you also got to know what positions you're going to address, and if you don't really know what you have at those positions, how do you really know what to address in the transfer portal?
I hope, for a lot of reasons, I hope you should be you might just need to send someone up to camp out in Ann Arbor. Just be ready for those guys to just bolt.
You hit the portal.
Yeah. By God, if we're going to change colors, let's go ahead and change it to maize and blue and just adopt them.
Yeah, you don't get rid of your clothes.
No, that offensive line, just a one-way trip to Knoxville. Just get a bus big enough for the 5 of them. Get them down here.
Yeah. With multiple years of eligibility, please.
I think they should get this year back. It kind of feels listen, we aren't talking enough about how the Michigan boys have been cheated. Yeah. We haven't. These coaches, they don't care. All they care about is winning. They don't care about developing. They're not preparing guys for the NFL. They had Aiden Hutchinson. He was a generational talent. And he was white, which is strange. We should have known it had nothing to do with coaching. Those guys are just that guy's just gritty.
Dog.
He's the Julian Edelman of defensive ends.
Oh.
That's not true.
I was going to say, there's kind of a lot of white defensive ends now.
Defensive ends?
Yeah, TJ, Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa.
I guess so.
3 of those guys, Ohio State guys. Oh, no, not 3, 2.
Okay. I was like, where did
thinking Aiden Hutchinson is Michigan, not Ohio State.
What's TJ Watt? Was he Big 12?
I thought he was Wisconsin.
Wisconsin? Maybe right. I don't know.
Because that's where JJ ended up.
That was where JJ. Well, Landon. First, where he improved drastically was at Central Michigan under Butch Jones' tutelage,
Mm-hmm.
as well as Antonio Brown.
What'd you say?
Butch Jones coached Antonio Brown as well.
Oh, and Connor Stallions was there.
Was he?
He was.
He was a coach there. Yeah. Good point. Sorry, that wasn't track. I was too far in the past there.
You're good. Get lost in the sauce.
Yeah. Sorry, my conspiracy theories brain wasn't on. It's on now though. Let's talk.
Yeah, I think Tennessee's got to score fast in this one. Again, get in and get out. Score in the red zone. Just dominate. I mean, if the passing game isn't there, I don't think you have to press it. Just freaking run the ball down their throats and score 50 points, and let's get a bunch of guys some playing time that we haven't seen.
I think you throw the ball 60 times this game, whether it's there or not. You just throw it. I want to be in Neyland Stadium for 6 hours on Saturday. Incompletes, everything.
The best way to honor Pat Summitt is to beat UConn by 60 points.
Agreed.
Not the blue. Beat UConn by 60 points. Make Geno feel this beating that we're going to give their football program.
I agree. And then maybe do it in the winter as well. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
If you can, make them feel it.
Candace Parker needs to be in for this game. Throw birds as we announce her.
The funny part, you could definitely get Gino with a Candace joke because he would pretend he doesn't know who she is since he left her off the USA roster. She'd be like, hey, have you seen Candace? Candace who? You could get him easy. And he would have to reply Candace who because he has to pretend that she doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, he accepts that he is a failure as a basketball coach.
Yeah. It's the Vols versus everybody. I saw something the other day about Brandon Walker saying, I think Tennessee fans just hate everybody. It's true. We do. We find a reason to hate everybody.
It is true, but the inverse is also true.
Oh, yeah, they hate us.
Yeah. Which, I do get to an extent.
I'd hate us to an extent. But it's also kind of – I feel like they want to be a part of a fan base that is as passionate as ours.
I think there are some fan bases that exist.
There's a little jealousy in that.
I would say most SEC just hate us. Now there's the few that I think want have the feelings you feel or you said. Sorry,
mm-hmm.
But I think there are some that just hate us.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to see a lot of penalties this week. I don't want to see us get called. I don't want to see. Well, I don't want to see us get the benefit this week. That's going to piss me off more if we get the pass interferences and the holdings, and then the NCAA or the SEC gets to go, look, you all get them. No, I don't want to see them.
Oh, yeah.
James Pierce should be mauled like he was the past 2 weeks. I want to see Chaz Nimrod do a flip due to pass interference again, helmet come off and everything. Squirrel White shouldn't have a jersey by the end of the game. Tyler Barron is probably the most held player in the country that doesn't get penalized. And I want to see it. I want to see it continue because at this point, they're going to try to bail themselves out with a game that doesn't matter, and that's going to make me more mad.
Yeah, I think Tyler Barron needs to loosen his helmet up a little bit. I feel like if he's getting in these choke holds, I feel like if the helmet comes off, maybe that helps some.
Listen, I was joking originally, but I'm being dead serious now. We did it with Condor Holloway, tearaway jerseys. Put Tyler Barron in a tearaway jersey.
They don't even have to match.
Let them rip it off. Just let them rip it off. At what point are they going to call it? Let's find out. Is it when the offensive lineman has Tyler Barron's entire jersey in their hand? No. There's not a rule that you have to come off the field if you're not wearing a jersey. If your jersey gets ripped off, it's a helmet. That's the only rule in the book. The NCAA might change it on all of a sudden, like the fair catch rule, but it's not in the rule book. Tearaway jerseys. I'm being serious. I will come and I've got Velcro at home. I will come make them myself if you need. Like, I'll do it. Volunteer hours. We all need them.
Yeah. I do feel bad for UConn's quarterback this week. Tennessee wasn't able to get home except for once last week and got that many passing yards.
You think they're going to they can pay?
I think he might. Like, just get the ambulance ready.
Oh. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy, Mark Packer.
Well, it's not going to be intentional. It's just he's going to take so many hits. He's just going to wave the white flag and just.
Landon's going to be the one tweeting like, dude just gets his head ripped off. Like he's out there, he's out there laying on the field like Booby Miles. Landon's like, I've seen this one before.
Yeah, Tyler Barron.
They've like got him in
a chokehold.
Yeah, they've got him in the ambulance, and Landon's like, boo! He's wasting time. The clock's still running. Get the ambulance off the field.
That sounds like my dad. Anytime somebody's hurt, he's like, get him off the field. You ain't hurt.
Which is also just a classic football coach response.
Yeah, exactly.
So there is a mixture of two things in there.
Yeah. It's just old man, just an old football coach.
Yeah. I love when like there's obvious injuries and you just hear one guy by himself. Boo! Did you see that dude died on the field? You're the only one booing.
Yeah.
Surely you recognize this. Oh. I get it. I'll say that. Leave it.
Yeah, but I think the defensive line should have a day. I mean, I assume UConn's just going to try to get it out early. I would like our linebackers to be better in pass coverage this week. You don't have any real threats at receiver for UConn. Don't run the ball well, and we would stop it even if they did. So I think Tennessee should have a day. I mean,
and I feel like
secondary, and last week wasn't really either. You didn't have a lot of threats besides, Dane Key just kind of lit you up. But other than that, like Tennessee should have had a pretty good day, and Devin Leary just kind of ate them up.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about getting some confidence offensively, and then for the entire team, let your guys play when they're in man-to-man coverage. Let them press. If you're getting beat tomorrow, you shouldn't be on the field.
Yeah.
Or
well,
Saturday,
let's get somebody else in.
So let them play press man. Give your linebackers or Tyler Barron's going to need an extra 3 seconds. His jersey's got to rip off first. Give them time to try to get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know who's scared. I don't know if it's our secondary or if it's how Tim Banks is calling the plays. And I get it. It's hard to trust them. But if they're going to get beat anyways, give our guys a chance to get home. Yeah,
because we're not blitzing a whole lot because like we do have such good pass rushers. So it's like there shouldn't just be a wide open zone somewhere.
Our linebackers, again, I think they're great in the run game. They do not get enough credit for how truly bad they are in the pass game. Our secondary gets way too much credit for that. And our linebackers are atrocious in pass coverage. And I know it's not easy. But it's also why we have a 50 DB on the field.
Yeah.
So,
and especially when your defensive line is not getting there, it's highlighted a lot more. And also if, we talked about Tim Banks, like he is getting those, not Tim Banks, Brian Jean-Marie is rotating guys. So you're caught with, a freshman in pass coverage. That's probably not something you want.
Right. Good point.
Also, another position I forgot to mention that I would love to see us get another person involved is tight end. Ethan Davis.
Okay. I don't hate it.
I mean, like, McAllen Castles and Jacob Warren are both gone. I understand that's probably going to be a need in the transfer portal, but like, kind of see what you have with Ethan Davis.
Who is that tight end in Ann Arbor? just curious.
Yeah, he's probably all right. He can probably block. I'll give him that.
Probably can.
Yeah.
Little H-back.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see what you got with Ethan Davis. I mean, What does it hurt? And I kind of want Nico when he gets in the game. I don't want it to be like full freshman. I'd like to see him like
Okay.
play with Squirrel White and
Yeah.
Ramel Keaton and Chaz Nimrod and those running backs with Dylan Sampson or Jabari or Jalen. Maybe that some of that offensive line, it doesn't have to be everybody. Maybe it can just be sprinkled a little bit. But I think he needs to have some rapport with some of these receivers. Don't just put Chaz Nimrod, Caleb Webb, and Nathan Laycock in and be like, all right, Nico, you're the quarterback. I just don't know if that's doing a whole lot for you other than you're getting game reps, but you're also like next year does have to be played. So I would like us to get some rapport.
They said that in 2019 too.
Yeah. God, I wish 2020 didn't happen. Actually,
it worked out. All in all, it worked out.
Mm-hmm. It was unbearable in the moment.
We wouldn't have had
probably good.
We wouldn't have had Rick Barnes without Donnie Tyndall. Speaking of Josh Heupel, here's a little side note. Some people forget that one of the greatest rivalry in sports, the civil conflict between UCF and UConn. Josh Heupel took that one serious. He knows what beating UConn means for a team.
Okay.
He's never lost to UConn. He's played them 4 times as a coach at 3 different schools. This will be his 4th school. Never lost. Never lost. Doesn't lose to UConn.
Okay, I like that.
And this is a big rivalry. I heard there may or may not be an appearance made by the prominent civil conflict trophy. We'll see. There's rumblings about. I won't promise anything, but my sources are telling me that it may make an appearance.
I wonder if Josh Heupel said that in his interview with Danny White and be like, hey, just so you know.
I'm scheduling UConn. I don't lose.
Yeah, I know you. I know you're at Tennessee now. I know that fan base hates UConn. I just want you to know, like, son, I don't lose to UConn.
Yeah. And around these parts.
All right.
That's a good point. Kind of forgot about that Tennessee actually did hate UConn. Josh Heupel might hate him more. Doesn't lose. Okay. Never lost. And he might have to drop the civil, kind of like it's now Dolly Stampede. Might have to drop the civil out of it. So it might just be the conflict, but we'll work on the name.
Okay. I like that.
We don't want to ruffle any feathers.
Mm-hmm.
So
speaking of UCF, the Bounce House is an awesome name.
It is. I agree. But simultaneously in a sport like college football, kind of lame. Like, but like for UCF, it is great.
Yeah. I was thinking like a group 5, that's awesome.
Yeah. Like
but now that they're a power 5,
if like Missouri had a place named the Bounce House, we'd make fun of it heavily.
Oh yeah.
So, but I that's why I'm saying like I do agree with you all in all, but there is like a level of college football where that's really lame. Mm-hmm. But also would probably still be sweet. If it's a good environment, probably pretty sweet.
Who gets beat by more this week? UConn or Missouri?
Missouri. If Georgia was number 1, I might bet on Missouri to cover, but not gonna happen this week.
Yeah, I agree.
He took all the listen. Kirby has taken away every single car key in that place. No one's driving fast till after the Missouri game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they probably weren't even allowed to go back to their room or anything. They just had to sleep at the facility.
It's a good idea, honestly. Get back to the old high school football camp days. Everybody on the mats.
Yeah.
I like that, Kirby. It's a good move.
They don't believe in you. Ever since those rankings came out, they haven't been able to go back to their own room.
I mean, I said it, and I'll wait till the end of the season because I guess there's technically still 5 losses available out there. I said 7-5 the whole time, Kirby. You haven't proved me wrong yet.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
I don't really have a lot else for UConn. I would just like to see some young guys, see Tennessee score in the red zone. Obviously, Joe Milton playing with some confidence.
If they don't score in the red zone, someone's getting murdered. That's
what I think. Like in the red zone, like you're like not great there. Just run the football.
Yeah, run it, but most importantly, just score.
Yeah, just don't have a stupid penalty.
If we get another holding in the red zone, I'm gonna lose my crap. If we get another pre-snap penalty in the red zone, I will lose my crap.
Yeah, because like it is nice to like every time we get the football, we're usually like scoring, but 3 points after you like move the ball with such ease down the field, it's kind of like a slap in the face.
Yeah, and I mean those two field goals, did come in handy, but wouldn't they have been cool if they were touchdowns? Like that would have been pretty cool too.
I mean, what's that game at Alabama look like if Tennessee scores those touchdowns?
Shut up. Dick. You have to bring that up. All right.
Just had your head down like a little boy. Just shut up.
Little boy. I'll kill you. I'll murder you. All right. Well,
score prediction.
Now I want to talk about something else. I really need Tennessee to score points this week. I need it. Over by themselves, 56-10.
56-10?
Yeah.
UConn. Okay. I was going to go 55-13.
Okay. I like it.
I do want to talk about the Kentucky thing because we didn't know this before the game.
Yeah,
we obviously didn't.
How did we
didn't go?
But how did no one tweet that video out? Who did end up sending that video? Where'd you get that?
KSR.
Yeah, that seems like something they would have tweeted out before the game. They knew it was going to happen. Shout out to KSR for knowing what was going to happen.
Yeah. But I mean, like, how stupid?
Oh, Landon, you haven't met stupid.
Oh,
you haven't.
Are you talking about the Kentucky fans that are like defending it?
Oh, brother.
Blaming it on Tennessee?
Brother. We hate Christ. We hate God. Because Landon, what you don't know is that every game, the Kentucky players go right to that corner of the end zone and pray. And Tennessee waited. This isn't me saying this. This is Kenny Ralph 69. Nice. UT came out 5 minutes late on purpose. So the game was held up by at least a minute or two.
Had to.
On purpose. So that Kentucky players couldn't pray before the game. And because Kentucky players couldn't pray before the game, God did not favor them. He saw his people failing, and he refused to allow them to win. Now now that's me saying that, but I think that's being implied here. Just a guess. On a real note, though, they did say that Kentucky players go there to pray. Landon, wild guess here, bud. I don't know, man. You tell me. If you know the team runs out of that corner, like Tennessee can't go anywhere else. They have to run through that end zone right there to get onto the field. Maybe that's a bad place to go pray.
Yeah, I just feel like you could go to the opposite corner.
I feel like you could stop at the 20.
Yeah, you don't have to be in the end
I feel like you could pray in the locker room. I feel like you could do anything. And by the way, I would just also like to note, not one person over there in Kentucky Blue thought about praying. In fact, no. I would wager a good bet from my understanding of God, he would have been pretty disappointed in the things that came out of their mouth.
Yeah, what do you think Baryon Brown had to say before he knelt down and prayed? It's
a good point, Landon. We didn't see him pray afterwards. He may have asked for forgiveness after that. I'm sorry.
What a joke program that is. I mean, you had Ray Davis, who's the SEC leading rusher, stand there and bob his head to Tennessee about to run out, and then has 42 yards. And 42 yards, and some of that was, and 7 of that and a touchdown was given to him because an official just refused to throw a flag on Warren Burrell being held. So you really had, 35 yards rushing, if we're being honest.
But what you're not asking, Landon, is if Tennessee had run out on time and Ray Davis had been allowed to pray, would he have ran for more yards?
I don't know. I think it was. I just don't know. Was he that mad? Because now he's 0-3 against Tennessee. Baryon Brown is 0-2. Baryon Brown had a chance to come to Tennessee and refused and went to Kentucky, and now is 0-2. and then shoves
think-
Caleb
do you think
Perry.
ma-
Caleb Perry would bury him.
Do you think maybe that Kentucky hadn't prayed before the last 36 of 39 games? Do you think that's why they've lost those games too?
Maybe.
Tennessee didn't allow them to pray.
Yeah.
Also, just again, I'm not questioning anybody's relationship with whoever their higher power is, whoever they were praying to. It might not have been Christ. I don't know. But I can't imagine thinking, I'm going to go there to pray and then getting into a fight. That seems like, are they radical?
Yeah.
Are they
Also,
radicals?
this was all set up because the whole Kentucky media was standing on the field while all this was happening.
It's a good point. Wow, it's a good point. Maybe
So,
they had a manifesto stating what they were going to do, and they distributed that to the media.
Yeah.
So
what
I
a-
think Matt
what an
Jones, should
epic
he be?
backfire.
I think Matt Jones' job should be called into question. That he is just blindly following the direction of a Kentucky manifesto to try to get Tennessee players suspended before the game, or what they could have done. You remember 2017? We lost. And on a random kickoff that Tennessee did not leave the bench, but Kentucky did. Not all their players, but some of them. And the ref, instead of doing their job, just, did the classic bad parent thing and was like, all of you guys are in trouble. He penalized everybody. Then who got thrown out of that game? Because they got a personal foul later on. It was a linebacker, wasn't it? I don't know. Anyways, ended up screwing Tennessee later on. Well, the biggest screw was Butch Jones being our coach, but Tennessee got screwed later on. Because refs in Lexington, Kentucky didn't do their job, would refuse to even try to do their job.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, all those Kentucky fans were saying how trash Tennessee was when Javonte Spraggins had the flag and tried to put it in Kentucky's turf. And then we get this video of them like getting in Spraggins' face because they were trying to pray.
Can you imagine being so soft that an opponent waving a flag and then putting it on your turf? Can you imagine being that soft? Or seeing a player carry around a stuffed animal?
Yeah, just
Like, that's just soft. Like, that's like, what else bothers you in life?
mm-hmm.
These people need help. If we were sponsored by somewhere you could get help, hey, listen, you know who I'm talking to, Better Health. Get with us and I'll advertise. I don't care about people's mental health unless I'm getting paid for it. But these people need to go to those websites if I get paid for it.
Yeah.
Need to see somebody.
I just think we're big on bulletin board material. We think that is a real thing. It's one thing to do that like in a press conference. It's another thing to do it right before you play a football game.
I would get very annoyed if Tennessee players did anything like that, because for me, it's just like, you're going to have a really good opportunity to prove that you're better than them in like 30 seconds.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why would you give another team a reason to just
want
to destroy you right before you're about to kick off?
100%. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's very dumb.
Poverty program.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah, I hate that for you.
Yeah. And then, just to add to the smoke and mirrors, they also actually use smoke.
Yeah.
Someone was like, it's actually
Palmer's like, I can't see anything.
Someone was like, it's actually pretty cool in the stadium. And I was like, is it? Because you probably can't see that well either.
Yeah. I don't know. Just sounds like yeah, Scratch wasn't scratching.
Scratch sucks. Scratch. Who do we determine are the worst looking mascots in the SEC? Scratch and what's Missouri's name? Truman.
Truman, yeah.
Oh no, Aubie sucks too. Aubie's
Yeah.
creepy. How do you mess up a tiger? It's like one of the easiest animals to get. Imagine being worse than Cock Commander. which is somehow a real name.
Let's college football.
Yeah. I've still got to decide on my overs, really. I've got one.
All right.
Joey, you wanna hop on in here?
I think Dylan, since he didn't put his in ahead of time, he goes 0 for 4 this week.
Oh, okay. I'm betting on Dylan's team to cover tonight. Go Bruins. Is that what they are?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what over-under looks awesome to bet on? Nebraska, Michigan State, 34.5.
No, Iowa Northwestern, 31.
Yeah, but that that under's probably going to hit. Michigan State, Nebraska has a chance to go over 34.5. Not a high chance, but a chance. I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot. I know I'm an idiot. What am I saying? All right, I've got all mine. I'm good. I'm locked in, literally.
Okay.
You all just tell me when.
First, let's go through these games real quick.
Oh, yeah, I guess we should talk about the games this week. That's probably a good idea.
Ohio State, Rutgers.
Hey, that's a battle for the Big Ten. That's who's playing the Big Ten championship right now, Landon.
It is in Piscataway.
Oh, I love a good November game in New Jersey.
Yeah. What's that under? Oh, it's 42.5. Nah, I'm good. Texas, Kansas State.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Kansas State balling out with 2 quarterbacks. The 2-quarterback system, does it work?
Worked for the Titans this week, sort of. They won, I guess. So, in a way, it worked.
So, is that you just have one quarterback in, you boo them, and then put in somebody else, and they're gone?
If you're just as smart as Mike Vrabel, you just know when a bad snap's coming, and you put in the backup. So, the starter doesn't lose any confidence.
I like that. Texas A&M, Ole Miss. I feel like that game's weird. Ole Miss is a 3-point favorite.
Oh, so you mean Ole Miss should be favored more?
I mean, they're number 10. Texas A&M isn't ranked. I just feel like that's.
I think
it's in Oxford. I feel like
right.
This is a pick'em game, pretty much.
I think A&M, it boils down to the talent that they still have will keep them in games.
Yeah. Clemson, Notre Dame.
Dude,
you know what's going to be
funny?
funny?
I don't know what to pick in that game.
You know what's going to be hilarious? If Clemson and South Carolina end up playing to go to a bowl game at the end of the year.
I think it'd be a lot more fun if they were playing and nothing mattered. Neither of them bowl.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Especially after a South Carolina fan paid, I don't know, how much do you think that cost? At least like $1,000 to fly a plane that said Shane Beamer Daddy Bowl or whatever.
Yeah.
And then not making a bowl game the following year. Yikes. Couldn't be me.
No.
I mean, come on. Make it to a bowl game so we can fly something over yours. Have some respect for college football.
Yeah. That's not fair.
Jesus.
So who do you have in Notre Dame Clemson? Anybody?
I don't have that game. I think in Pick'em I'll be taking Notre Dame. But I feel like, I don't know. Dabo's all fired up. He's riled up. He's saying words like ass.
Yeah, I feel like that's a stupidity. He can't just the guy compliment him to be this great Christian man, and then he used ass.
I feel like saying I like you, you're a good Christian man is pretty much saying with all due respect.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I don't have a problem with all of what Dabo said, but it got real weird at that video. It got real weird towards the end. I don't have a problem with what he's saying. I don't know. I shouldn't say just the end, because him just going after Clemson fans. This used to be a place about appreciation. Blah, blah, blah. If I'm not appreciated, I'll go somewhere else. So you're just doing this to be loved? Is that why you do this? You don't care about the guys. He doesn't care about the guys in the locker room. He's doing this for the appreciation.
Yeah. And I understand kind of what he's trying to say is the expectations have grown, obviously.
But also you said it several times. You understand that's the nature of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
If you win, people are going to like you. If you don't, they're not. Like, that's the nature of the sport. And I'm not saying to not be upset when people are like this, but to get on and just like, and he kept calling this guy kid. Didn't that dude say he served like 2 tours?
Yeah.
He's like 30.
Yeah.
35.
Like,
I don't know who this kid is. Yeah, Dabo does not support the troops.
Yeah, is he assuming his age? I feel like that's messed up.
I don't know, but the guy said he served in the military like 3 times. Dabo just ignored that.
Yeah. And he said ass.
And yeah, he
You
cussed.
can't curse at a freaking vet.
Yeah, it's a bad look, man. No, I don't necessarily have a it's the I'm gonna sound like a woman. It's like, no, it's not what you said, it's how you said it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, and I feel like those are frustrations you have behind closed doors, Dabo. Because the moment you voice those frustrations, it just like opens the floodgates.
Yeah, you sound butthurt.
I don't know how much you know about football, Blake. That's what you sound like.
Yeah.
It's just one of the, like, I get it. It's got to be really annoying to have won 2 national championships and listen to this crap. But you do suck this year.
Yeah, you are like you also, there's that saying going around too of like, you can't live in the past. I mean, if we're living in the future or in the present, you're 4-4. You suck in a sucky conference.
You are what your record says you are, brother.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah, it's again, it's
with
like,
that kind of talent year in and year out, Clemson should never be 4-4.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. And then it was just like the tone behind when I hired Tony Elliott. Like, I hired him, he hadn't called a play, blah blah blah. It's like, I mean, but like, I don't know. It's just weird. Dabo could not have predicted how good Tony Elliott was going to be. I mean, he might have like pretended that, but he probably thinks that about everyone he hires. So what's his hit rate? I don't know. It's just a weird thing. It's like, when I hired Tony Elliott, shut up.
Yeah, but the question was, why are we paying you $11 million to go 4-4? I kind of agree. Like, that's a lot of money to go 4-4.
I think if I'm Dabo, you got to laugh that call off. And you're also looking at the guys on the control board. Like, are we not going to cut this kid off earlier?
Yeah,
but I think
like 2 minutes.
I'm pretty confident my response to Tyler is, Tyler, you pay me $11.5 million because I won 2 national championships. Have a good night. That's it. That's all you need to say. Because you did win 2 national championships. And you can go on your soap opera how we're disappointed this year. We're working to get better. Don't talk about my coaches like that. I believe in this staff. I believe in this team. Blah, blah, blah. But instead, you kind of just you stoop down to Tyler's level, I think, is the problem. You stoop down to the level of a troll.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the weird thing. And
I
like when you
I think this might have been set up.
People are saying that because Dabo has gotten some good press from this. He's gotten press, and there's no such thing as bad press, right? So yeah, it may be. Because why do you leave a guy on the phone that long?
Yeah. Tyler from Spartanburg.
Oh, he's from Spartanburg? Shout out to the Beacon.
Oh yeah, that's probably where he's at. He was eating there and just called in real quick.
Nah, you would have heard.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have understood, but you would have heard.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't hate it, but again, I also see this could be the fall of Rome.
Yeah, is it unraveling?
Yeah.
That's a question we're asking. Also, like, it just felt unnecessary to me.
I might call in this week.
Huh? Trying to look at some other games real quick. Missouri, Georgia. Anybody it's in Athens.
I mean, I've joked. Missouri's look, the passing games obviously look much better. I don't see it. I do not see it translating. I think this is a Georgia walk dub like last week. Maybe not exactly like last week, but it's like last week.
Yeah, the only really good team that they've played is LSU. And I don't even know if LSU is that great.
LSU's a weird one.
But South Dakota, MTSU, they beat Kansas State, but I don't know how good Kansas State is. Memphis, Vanderbilt, Kentucky, South Carolina. Like, they're just now getting to, like,
Yeah, they're in the
Georgia,
meat of their
Tennessee.
schedule.
Yeah.
Well, they got LSU at a weird time, where they, I don't know, Brian Kelly killed a guy. Yeah, it was just, I think, I agree with you. LSU is such a weird team. It's hard to completely judge that fully, but I think it's impressive that Missouri. It's impressive what Missouri's done, regardless. But yes, they are similar to Tennessee. Like, they're in the meat of their schedule right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Tennessee's got a tough one this week.
Oklahoma State.
Bedlam, baby.
Yeah. Oklahoma's 6-point favorite.
Oh, it was so sweet watching them lose last week.
Here's an interesting line. Kansas, Iowa State. Iowa State is a 2.5-point favorite.
Oh, hangover loss. I like it.
Yeah, like they're already accounting for it.
I think we take Kansas.
Okay, I'm in. Washington, USC.
What we saw Matt Campbell do this year to that fan coming into halftime, we saw Dabo do that on radio. That same thing.
Poor Tyler. Washington, USC.
Washington. Where's it at?
LA.
Doesn't matter. Washington. Ooh, wait. If Washington has anything stolen before halftime, USC. They don't have to worry about that until after the game. Washington.
The over-under is 76.5.
Do we think that's true? That's crazy, right?
Like, how does... I feel like that has to be monitored, right? Like, that
You
locker
would
room just can't be
think.
open. You can't just have and like to steal that much. Like, this wasn't a one-person job.
Oh, Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
It's just weird that this has happened at two places Dion's been. And I don't think we haven't heard many of these stories. I'm sure it happens.
It sounds like an inside job.
Calls coming from inside the house, Dion. Also, maybe if you have like a $10,000 watch, probably not good to leave it unattended. That's just me, though.
True.
I'm not making the kind of NIL money they are, though. Also, if it was, everything was, if it was stolen by a random person or a teammate or a coach or an official, I mean, we don't know what kind of access those officials have.
Yeah.
They're not, we could guess they're not on the field most of the time based on the calls made. We don't know. Whoever it was, they shouldn't steal anything, but I think we should go back to like hanging people for every crime.
Cutting off their hand.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough.
Okay.
I think we do like the people from Venezuela in Parks and Rec, but instead of straight to jail, just like straight to the gallows.
Huh.
Undercook, overcook, straight to the gallows.
Bama, LSU.
In Tuscaloosa, LSU's a weird football team. I don't know if Jaden Daniels, is he too dumb to get injured?
I'm just thinking, dude, there's no way Saban loses twice to them.
I agree. It'll be a weird one, though, because LSU's a weird football team this year.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? Give me the Tigers.
No way.
No, I'm just kidding. I think Bama wins, but just in case, hold that Tiger.
All right. Well, let's get to our picks.
All right, it's game time. Dude, you want to know the saddest news of this week?
Yo.
Freaking Matthew Perry.
That is sad.
Hate it, man. Just hate it. And I hate the conspiracy theories around it. Like, why can we not just let people rest in peace? All right. Sorry, that was my spiel.
You want to go first?
I'll go first. And it's a game we've talked about on here. I'm going to take Texas -4 is what it was at earlier. Let me see if I can still get it at that. But Texas -4.
Okay.
Yep, they're still at -4. Texas -4. I mean, brother, There might be a Manning in the transfer portal this year.
That's unreal.
Which
it's insane. Everybody's like, oh, like Nico's going to go to the transfer portal. Guys, there's no way. If Arch Manning isn't going to the transfer portal now, I don't feel like Nico does it either.
Okay.
Like, I feel like that should freak you out more than the Nico thing right now. Like, Nico kind of knew what he was coming into. Arch Manning thought, like,
he'd at least be number 2.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So
yeah. I don't know if he does that. I think people think that good Lord. That Malik Murphy was going to go to the transfer portal. So if that's the case, I think Arch probably stays. But it's interesting. But anyways, I'm on the Malik Murphy hype train. Also, he got compared to Joe Milton.
Oh, nice.
They can't think of the word right now, but they
have dreads.
Yes. I don't know. They compared them. Whatever the fancy word you want to use.
Big hands.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Joe, you want to go next?
Yeah, sorry. I was on mute. All right. I'm really lost on strategy. I don't really know.
Dude, it's no strategy now. Like, the lines are like this. Just go with your gut.
Just go all in on whatever you do.
You see a line, hit it.
All right. I like that. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I just also realized I have 3 over-unders and only 1 spread, so we're going to need to find something really quick. I'm going to go in JMU minus 5.5 against Georgia State. I'm still beefed over Georgia State.
Whole system.
Where'd you get him at minus 5.5?
Revenge tour. That's what it's at right now.
Did mine change?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I had him minus 6 earlier.
Detrimental news. I mean, half the team could be sick. I don't know. But,
I've got him at minus 6. So, and guys, that's a system bet. Sorry, Landon, I skip you, but I'm hammering that.
Okay.
All right, tell us.
I'm going Georgia minus 15.
Ooh, he's riding the Kirby train. I like it.
Yeah,
it won't be my luck.
It worked for me last week. It's going to work again. They got doubted in the college football playoffs. That's literally the only reason why I'm doing it. I don't love it, but now that they're ranked number 2, I absolutely love it. Hammer it.
I feel like the Brady Cook hype dies off after this week. So
yeah, they get a little humbled.
Yeah,
I know Eli Drinkwitz is like up there for like National Coach of the Year.
Don't care.
Yeah, well, premature.
All right, your all's second bets. I've already given mine.
Go ahead, Joe.
I really want to get on that Georgia thing, but I just feel like I have to, at this point, I have to separate myself from you guys. So I can't go the same way. Because even if we both lose, I'm still the same amount of losses behind. Unless Caleb,
here's the thing. You just have to beat one person. You don't have to beat.
Yeah, you don't need to come back for the ages or anything.
Yeah.
No,
that'd help you, but you don't have.
You don't have to go different from everybody, but you do have to gain. You just can't be last. It's like the guy who's in a scary movie. You just don't want to be the last person. You just want to run faster than one person. That's it.
All right. I'm going to randomly pick one. I'm just going to turn my eyes and then click on a game and then take the right team. Oh, my God. Tennessee. All right. Tennessee minus, I don't know what their spread is, 30-something? 36. Tennessee minus 36. I hate that, too.
Okay. I told you to go with a strategy that you look at one and it just looks right to you. You just went the total opposites. So.
I just went random. That's got to be a sign, though, right? I randomly land on the Tennessee game. Just scroll through ESPN.
Yeah, that might be a horrible sign.
Yeah, that's not. I hate that spread. 36 is abysmal.
All right. Hey, right till you die, baby. I'm going Bama -3. In Tuscaloosa, LSU's defense is atrocious. And Alabama's defense is good enough to, I feel like, hold off LSU a little bit. So I'm going to go with – and Jaden Daniels isn't going to be able to run all over them like he has other defenses.
Agree.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what to say to that. I was zoned out, so just ignore me.
I'm permanently zoned out too. It's brutal. This is
Well, you're up, Caleb.
Okay. Well, let me go first with this one that I know. It is system, but I also just like it. It's Florida State, Pittsburgh over 50.
I
I also have that too.
Oh my God. So does Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan. Put his
So Joe, you're not allowed to.
I was gonna system bet it. I was gonna do Florida over, but again, it's time of year where we gotta separate. I'm gonna.
You can't gain ground on me if we're too much overlap.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I gotta take that risk. I'm probably gonna just lose. But whatever. God, Iowa Northwestern over 30.5. I'm doing it. I don't know how, but I'm doing it.
I love it.
I just know I looked at that game and I was like, they actually probably are going to go under. So I just can't. I go over. I mean, it's 30.5. I genuinely think Iowa might score 10 points. So I don't know how that math works out because it doesn't really possibly. But Northwestern's got to put up like 22 on their own.
Love it.
All right, my last one. Let me tell you the two I'm stuck between. And one of them I think is kind of dumb. This is like revenge. Over 49, Auburn Vandy. Auburn's offense may have gotten going. We'll see. And then Vanderbilt, they scored a lot on Missouri. Well, I say a lot. They scored 14, enough to hit the over. But I think I'm going to go with the Georgia-Missouri over 56.5.
Oh, no shot.
Georgia scores. Georgia's going to score.
I might take the under and go head-to-head with you.
All right. I mean, hey,
I should be able to get a game and a half ahead if I get that.
You locking it in?
It's either that or Stanford, Washington State under 59.5. It's a noon game. Wait, no, it's not. That was the other.
No, they're the CBS game.
I don't know, Landon. Do I nut up and go face to face?
Dude, if you like it, go for it.
I hate unders though. Unders suck. But I guess if I'm gonna bet for an under, it's Missouri, Georgia. Yeah, lock it in. Brady Cook sucks.
Dude, I want to go the under in the Washington USC game so bad, but USC's defense is so bad that I think Washington might score 77 points on their own.
And you don't bet on USC anymore. So remember that, friend.
That's true. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing it. Gosh. I like Texas -4. I think I'm going to go Notre Dame -3.
Okay. Locked. Don't change it now.
Oh, I don't love it.
Dude, are you just tailing Dylan?
Oh, did he do that?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
what was your other over under, Landon?
I only did one. We do. Do we have to do two?
Yeah. Did we change it?
Yeah, it's 2 and 2.
I thought you said we could like.
We could, and Dylan was like, "No, we're not doing that." I said that, and I thought Dylan was like, "No, we're not." It might have been you that was like, "No, we're not changing now. It's too late."
It's definitely Landon.
No, I would definitely be for that because I hate over unders.
Well, find one you like. So, what spread are you keeping in then? What was the other spread? I thought you did another spread, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I did Georgia, Missouri. I did Bama, and then I did Florida State over.
All right. So, which spread are you keeping in?
I won't go Notre Dame Clemson. I'll change that.
Joey, what was your other spread?
JMU minus 5.5.
No, other one.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee.
Tennessee
What is
36.
that one at?
36. Yeah.
Yikes. Good luck with that. I'm cheering for. Well, not really for you, but I'm cheering for that.
I mean, I don't understand. I mean, UConn might score 10 points, maybe 14. Do you think Tennessee's dropping a 50 burger? No shot.
Landon, I'll tell you, I am tailing that Alabama one because it's a 50% profit boost on DraftKings.
Let's go.
So,
Dude, I need. I don't know who. Maybe I'll just tell Dylan if it makes the most sense. But legally, DraftKingsable now. So I got that $200 free bets dispersed over 25 increments, whatever. How you get it? I'm going crazy this weekend. If Dylan's bad if he's bad one weekend and it's this weekend, it's unforgivable.
yeah, I think that's fair.
I want to know what the weather is in Piscataway. Oh, it's 48 degrees.
Dang, it's warmer there.
It's supposed to be pretty warm in Athens. It's going to be 62. That'll be good for the over there.
That's good for the over. Maybe next week I'll go coldest games and take the unders.
I don't know if the over hit, but that Ohio CMU game had some points. That was flurries.
I think I might go UCLA, Arizona over 50.
Okay.
10:30 late game. After dark gets weird. I like the over.
You were locked in, my friend.
All right.
Guys, we're about to get into some stupidities, but I do want – I guess we got any questions?
Oh, yeah, we do have some.
All right. Well, hold off on that, Landon.
Okay.
I want to tell you guys about Memento. Make sure you're heading over right now to your app. Well, let me finish this. Then head over to your app store. Memento is an app for sports fans who love going to games. It allows college football fans to track the games they've been to, see their stats. You can upload photos, game ratings, and tag your friends that went with you. On top of college football, Memento also supports college basketball, NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and global soccer. I've got to go upload all my global soccer games that I've been to. I'm global. I love the app, guys. It's great. Like I said, I can see where all my friends have been. People who aren't my friends, but are my friends on Memento. I can see where they've been. It's awesome. Good little bragging rights, but it's also it's a cool. I don't know about you, Landon. I used to keep games and stadiums I've been to in my notes app. I do that at concerts too, just to remember them, who I've been to. Now I don't have to. That was so hard to keep track of. I couldn't see them all in one. I couldn't really see them all in one place because they're just listed by when I went. So it wasn't super convenient. But this is an awesome way to do it. I can see what teams I've seen play, how many times I've seen them play, what stadiums I've been to, how many times I've been to those stadiums. It's just a really cool app to track and see what you've done. And you can get ticket memorabilia, I guess. You can print off a quote unquote ticket for the game that you've been to, since they don't provide those anymore. The app is it's awesome. It's new. It's growing. They're adding. They just added soccer, and they're adding more and more to the app every day. So it's only going to get better. But get in now. We're going to tweet out links to join. Make sure you're heading over. So don't head over to the app store. Just wait for the links. Follow the links. Follow those links. Download Memento. Add me. Add Landon. Add Joey if he signed up yet.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite.
All right, don't sign up till Sunday, Joey. We're going to make you sign up Sunday. We're going to have you follow the link and show everybody how easy it is.
There you go. We'll do it. That's what I meant to do. That was
I think my new favorite thing about this app that I just discovered the other day was if you go to the activity, my activity, you can click on the sport, and it tells you how many games, how many stadiums, how many teams, how many touchdowns.
No way.
Yeah. And it does it with baseball. It does home runs. Basketball, it does points.
Awesome.
Arenas. Yeah.
I missed that. So you go to my activity?
Yeah, and then click on the football icon.
Okay. I must need to update this app. Oh, you mean Memento? Wait, what?
Oh, sorry. Go Memento. Sorry, not
Okay.
mine.
Oh, touchdowns. I see touchdowns now.
Yeah.
So is it just touchdowns for you? No, I guess
No, total touchdowns
Just
that
total.
you've seen in person.
525. How many have you seen?
414.
You gotta get those numbers up, rookie.
Well, they don't have all the Carson Newman games I've been to.
Listen, I love soccer. And I can only upload 2 games at this point, but it is just funny that I go to soccer and it's 5 goals.
God.
Dylan, you got to keep all your
I have one
middle school games.
soccer, and I have one soccer, and I had 3 goals.
Oh, so that means 3 of those 5 goals came in that Nashville game. Shout out to Hani Mukhtar.
Yeah.
I think he had 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. Okay, so and then in some of them, you can see the individual game stats. For soccer, it's coming soon, but let me go all the way back to 2018. That's a bad year. Let's not go there. Let's go all the way back to 2016, Landon. Let's go to the Tennessee-Florida game, and let's see these game stats coming soon. So you better get it now so you can see those stats uploaded, see how many times Josh Dobbs scored touchdowns. This is an awesome app. Get in on it. I really can't say enough. This is super cool. Shout out to Memento for hopping on with us. We're happy to partner with them, and yeah, I expect people to start following me.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get it. I don't want to wait for the weekend, but I'll wait till Sunday for
You can
everybody
do it
else to
now.
see.
It's fine. You can just show
No.
everybody.
We're gonna make him show people how easy it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
We're gonna have to spend the entire podcast. I'm just kidding. It takes the entire podcast. We start him as soon as we hit live.
It's idiot proof. All right. Stupidity. Oh, question. Sorry. So, all everything says, would you burn Nico's red shirt this season at this point?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and answer this. No one cares about his red shirt.
Yeah, you're not even thinking about the red shirt. Just play the
If he's as good as he's thought to be, he's going to be out of here in 3 years anyway. So who cares about his red shirt?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, burn it. No, well, I mean, don't burn it. Don't burn it for the sake of burning it necessarily. Just don't worry about it.
we also had one more from our friend Ethan Cundiff. He says, "What are y'all most looking forward to for Saturday's game? For me, I'm intrigued to see how they use Thornton on the outside more."
Sure, that'd be fun. That if that happens, Ethan, I agree. I would love to see that.
Yeah, get him some more confidence, and just let that man run.
Let
Hopefully
him
block
run.
a little bit.
Yeah,
That video of Squirrel White getting bullied is it's a hard watch.
Hey, but
Don't blame him.
did he or did he not stop the defender? Just get in the way. Just get in the
I
way.
mean, yeah, but it didn't do much.
Hey, did he make the tackle?
We got him a first down. What do we mean? It sealed the game.
I think we're talking about a different play because the play that I was talking about, it was
Joe Milton's third down run?
no,
Oh,
no, it was a screen block, and
yeah, that was like the first play of the game.
yeah, Squirrel got absolutely
Yes, he did get blown up. You're right. Yeah, not a great look. You're right.
But what am I most looking forward to Saturday? Dropping a 50 burger
Hopefully,
on UConn. And I think everybody's excited to see Nico play. I am. I hope he does. I hope he plays like the majority of the second half. That would be great. And not just handing the ball off, like actually running the offense.
Yeah, for real. I'm excited just to spend time with the boys. Just guys being dudes.
Oh yeah. Going to breakfast,
No brunch.
Ruby Sunshine, and then going to probably Circle Park. We might see you, Joey. You having a tailgate?
yeah, but brother, That's an early wake up. It's been a long week. Noon kickoff.
I'm asking, like, we're not actually having our tailgate, so we might come see you.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
You got any room for the boys?
Oh yeah, I'll make room for sure. Let's do it.
You want to come to men's breakfast?
Men's brunch at Ruby Sunshine.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not getting up that early. There's no shot. There's no way.
Not even for men's breakfast?
Those French toast bites do hit different.
Yeah, you're in.
All right. Stupidity. I have quite a bit.
So I just saw one. I opened up the Tweeter app, and I mean, this is coming from. It says he's a Kentucky at least fan. He said John Calipari says on pregame radio that he asked Kentucky State not to play zone tonight. Said he hadn't had time to focus on that aspect yet with this 2014.
Jesus.
So John Calipari is now coaching other teams. This is worse than the Connor Stallions thing, in my opinion. Shut your mouth, Cal.
Yeah, you can't tell Kentucky State what to do.
Just scratch them.
They're a state school.
Or is this really smart? He's like, hey, coach, don't run zone tonight. We cannot break it down. So the coach runs zone the whole night. Turns out they're the best against the zone.
Okay.
I might be giving Cal too much credit, but.
Speaking of college basketball, shout out South Carolina for almost losing to Wofford the other night.
That would have been awesome.
Somebody else lost, like.
Oh, Louisville lost.
Louisville lost, yeah. To someone probably worse than Wofford. Who was it?
I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I don't actually know anything about Wofford, so I don't know how I would have gauged that. But
my first one is Kirk Bowles or Balls because he sucks. He's has an AP vote and he covers Texas. Did not put he was the only one that did not put Tennessee in his top 25. I guess he just forgot they existed.
Do you have his list? What's his top 5 looking like?
Does
he have Ohio State first too?
I don't think so. No, I think he had Georgia. But yeah, like, how does that even happen?
yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, I know why, but it's pretty interesting.
AP vote these days.
Yeah, they'll just give it to anybody.
My next one, it's a Tennessee fan. I won't name names. I'll be nice. We'll go anonymous here. They tweeted, so Peyton and Marshall Manning helped throw the goalpost in the Tennessee River last year. Eyes emoji, crying emoji. And people were like, what? And she was like, yeah, he said it on Greg McElroy's podcast. So you listened to the podcast and you didn't understand he was joking? She was like doubling down. I was like, there's no way this person exists in real life.
And they do.
So here, he said he had to wait for all the legal trouble for all the legal stuff to work out before he could say anything. You think that's real? Also, let's just say for a second it is real. You don't think there's a single picture or video of Peyton Manning carrying the goalpost?
That would be everywhere.
It'd be the cover of it would have been the cover of the New Sentinel, not this random shirtless kid. You kidding me?
Yeah.
That'd be dude. TMZ would pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for that, especially if it was illegal. Which is illegal? Is that technically littering?
For sure.
Okay. What if someone did get arrested for that? That would have been awesome.
Yeah. I think if you throw it in water, it's not.
I think that's more illegal.
It's a flotation device, so like maybe they could spin it as they're trying to save something.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Someone was
It's a buoy. Kirk Bowles had Florida State at number 2, Michigan at number 3, Ohio State, Washington, Oregon, Texas.
Crazy.
Idiot.
Air Force, Tulane, James Madison are all ahead. USC are all ahead of Tennessee in his eyes.
Chaos.
Yep.
We root for it.
Did y'all see Akron's turnover tire?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's fire.
Also, if you didn't think of the classic Midwestern Ohio Callahan Auto Parts when you saw that, then my friend, you just don't know ball.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, if it was like Missouri, it'd probably be roasted upon, but now it's Akron.
It's Mac, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
Joey, you guys big Tommy Boy fan? You're a Pennsylvania. Why do I think you're Ohio? Well, you got Cleveland ties.
Yeah.
Big Tommy Boy fans up there?
I don't know. I'd have to ask my extended family. I love Tommy Boy, but I have to assume it's probably a geographical classic, right?
Right. I mean, Ohio should be. I would treat it like Callahan.
That's like the Rocky movie, isn't it?
Yeah, like that would be. I'd be like, yeah, I'm related to someone who worked there.
There should be a Joey Farley statue somewhere.
Exactly. My next stupidity. These people are weird. Well, Nate Bargatze, big Nate Bargatze fan. His SNL was awesome. Got a great show for you guys. He's hosting game day. He's a guest picker. Not hosting. He's a guest picker on game day. Bama and LSU, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I don't know why they sometimes do affiliated and sometimes don't.
Yeah.
I guess you run into the issue is like you can't always find a different person that's related. I feel like they just need to like flat out say it. Like, we're just going to get entertaining people. They don't necessarily have to be related. The funniest part that people haven't realized yet is that he's a Vanderbilt fan. So they couldn't wait to go to Vanderbilt to put him on because that's never going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think about it like that, it does make a little more sense. But no, I think it'll be fun. Like, he's a funny dude. And but someone tweeted, this guy's named the Unhipster on Twitter. I've seen him enough on TikTok to say he's a mid-funny, beta-ish dude. No affiliation with either team that I know of. Game day has jumped the shark. Let's break that down. Game day has jumped the shark. I feel like that moment was probably Katy Perry. I love Katy Perry. But her eating corn dogs at the Ole Miss LSU game day, that was probably jump the shark, if we're going to call it anything.
I think we should call it hump the shark.
Interesting. Jim McElwain's had enough press this week. Let's calm down. Keep breaking this down. Noah, we're way past affiliations at this point, honestly. I think it's very strange when men call other men betas. That's just
if he does know he's a Vanderbilt fan, maybe that's what he's referring to.
Maybe. But I do respect anyone's undying love for whatever team they chose as a kid, because I've been there, brother.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't been there, but I've been there.
Would you rather somebody call you a buddy or beta?
I think it's very strange for an adult man to call another adult man a beta. That is the weirdest thing on planet Earth.
What about another adult man with blonde hair?
He's dyeing his hair, right?
Yeah, he's got to.
He's trying to match his khakis.
Yeah. It's getting more yellow.
Such a weird guy.
I'll just pull the picture.
God, I hate that guy so much. Also, he is killing himself.
Dude, he is getting choked.
Yeah.
Is he, how tall? You think he's like 5'1"? I'm a short dude. My seatbelt's never sat like that. Ever. He's got to have like extenders for his pedals to reach him.
He's a brake check away from just his head's out the windshield. That is brutal.
That's awesome. Honestly, it's so great. I like that he's driving while doing it. Kind of reminds me of Andy Bowser doing his raps.
He looks like he's in the passenger seat.
I also love the whole I'm unbothered, yet you took like a 2.5 minute TikTok, spent the time to upload it, but you're unbothered.
I think he's in the passenger seat.
I'm pretty sure he's driving. If I watch the video, I think he's like kind of got like the
you see the turn, like you see his arms going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Might need to report him to whatever podunk town in Kentucky he's in, to the sheriff's department. Because there's no way that dude lives in Lexington.
No.
Remember when he went like 0 dark 30 after just went completely blackout after they got stomped in Neon last year? That was awesome. Like he was just gone from the internet. Why can that not just happen? Also,
you get deleted from the internet.
Those same dumb dicks are the ones like, people are so mean to me online. It's like, shut up, and people wouldn't be. No one goes out, and I'm not saying it's okay to be mean to people online, but very few people just find people like minding their own business online and harass them. Very few. Most people that are harassed on the internet are doing things that maybe not deserve to being harassed, but deserve to be called dumb for.
Yeah.
I think that guy should probably be on a list that doesn't allow him to live within 100 feet of a school, 100 yards of a school. Just guessing, by the way.
And Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. Does those things still exist?
Yep.
There's one in Knoxville still.
Is there? We should go.
Yep. We should go. Let's do a live show from Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes. Let's. We'll do it while like crawling around in the playground.
My next one is Deshaun Watson. He says not being out there on the field for his guys is weighing on him. This is the most guilt I've ever felt.
That's so purposeful. That was thought out, typed out, sent. Wow.
The most guilt I've ever... Really? Okay. Interesting. Also, I'll just read off this one more. The Vegas Raiders benched Jimmy Garoppolo and then tweeted out today, join us in wishing Jimmy Garoppolo a happy birthday.
We're joining us is a bold statement, but maybe you should have just told people to tell him happy birthday because you probably didn't tell him.
Yeah. Also, happy birthday.
Or maybe they brought like a cookie cake into the break room that just said QB2 on it. Happy birthday, QB2.
Yeah. Or just like we got you something. It's just a bench with a bow on it.
Or Mark Davis. Maybe that's the real story. The fortune cookie said he brought him his.
Oh yeah. That's a wild story.
The people that's another one. People falling for that.
We got some questions on here on Facebook. Do you want me to go ahead and read those?
Yeah, you can. Okay.
Devin Arnold says, do you think there's any chance we get to see D. Williams on offense at all this weekend, even if it's just for Missouri and Georgia to have to prep for?
I'm kind of convinced we don't see D. Williams on offense ever.
Yeah, I just don't think.
I feel like you would have seen him by now.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. He says, out of the freshmen for the Vols, who would y'all like to see get some PT this weekend? I'd love to see Ethan Davis and some young safeties get playing time.
I'm on the same page.
Yep, Ethan Davis for sure.
Cam Seldon.
Mm-hmm. And I like to see Arion Carter and Jeremiah Teenlander. We've seen them some, but I want to see them like in there together.
Yeah,
playing some snaps.
Yeah, I agree. It'd be fun.
And then Caleb Herring.
Yeah, that's another fun one to see.
Mm-hmm. And just like anybody else in the secondary.
Yeah.
It's just the same 5. I'd like to see some different ones out there.
Right.
He said also, do y'all know what the walking horse is? I've heard a lot about this pregame tradition, but don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, I'm going to be honest. I haven't noticed if they do it.
They only do it for homecoming now.
Well, they used to, that's since we've been kids, at least. It's only been homecoming. Okay. They still do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you know this, Landon. The one that shows up at the game, it wins whatever competition, is like the Tennessee Walking Horse of the Year or whatever. Is that horse, so award-winning horse.
Not anymore.
Who is it now?
Yeah, I think it's just like it comes from wherever stable, but it's not a award-winning horse anymore, I don't think.
Why?
I don't know. My boss used to like ride horses and train horses, and he actually worked when he was in college. He was actually one of the trainers for that horse. So
Interesting. Well,
yeah, they don't do that anymore.
Okay. Well, never mind. Used to be an award-winning horse. Also, listen, I'm going to get in trouble with PETA. But before they stopped the abusive tactics to train Tennessee walking horses, they used to look really freaking cool. Not that they don't look cool anymore. They just don't step as high.
Yeah.
I'll say that. So, yeah.
Honestly, when I was little, I just thought that that's how they did it. But yeah, they are trained to, I guess, like step over. Is it a certain it's a certain shoe, right? That they.
I think they used to essentially put weights on them.
Yeah, and they're trying to
but maybe something on their shoe.
It makes it go higher.
Yeah, I think there's there's something like that naturally does it in their thing. But yes, they can make them, I guess, do it better.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm not sure how close to game time they actually do that. But yeah, I do remember that as a kid, seeing it, but I probably haven't seen it in years because I don't get in there until right at game time.
Okay, hold on, Landon. This was released in what year is this? This is a recent document. It doesn't have a year on it, but you apply to be the walking horse at the game, at the homecoming game. In order to be eligible, youth/horse must meet the following requirements. Youth must be a 9th through 11th grade Tennessee 4-H member as of January 1. It must be shown at the regional and state 4-H horse shows for 3 of the last 5 years, exhibited in their respective. I know the word, but I can't say it in my head, so we're going to skip it. At the regional and state 4-H horse shows, you must submit registration papers and photos. Profile front and hind views of the horse. Kinky. The horse they are planning to ride in the homecoming game. Complete the attached application and essays. And you got to write.
Jesus.
Horses that are to be ridden at the game must, all caps, must be a registered Tennessee walking horse that is a flat shod. This opportunity is tentative. The UT Athletics Department reserves a right to not request a rider each year. So it is not necessarily award winning, but it's award competing.
Okay.
Just putting in the effort.
Yeah.
Again, don't know what year that's from, but there you go.
Cool. Yeah, I think it used to be a bigger deal than what it is.
Yeah. I don't know how often they used to do it. Actually, I can tell you. There's another. Also, a lot of people tried to make it the official mascot. Beginning in 1965, a grand champion Tennessee walking horse pranced along the sidelines during pregame activities at home football games. In 1980, the artificial surface of the field was replaced with a new product, Super Turf, and at the September 6, 1980 Georgia game, the horse slid on the new turf and almost fell. Special horseshoes called parade shoes were said to lessen the possibility of slipping on the new surface, but walking horses were discontinued. Then they came back in 94. And I guess it's always been sporadic, not necessarily every game, but it's now become a homecoming tradition.
Gotcha.
That was written by Betsy B. Creekmore. So if there's any inaccurate information, take it up with Betsy, not me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Any more stupidities?
I think that's it. Wait, did I have one more? No, I think that's it.
I have a Georgia fan saying that if he were the head coach of Missouri, Tennessee, Mississippi, Ohio State, Michigan, Washington, that he would just let Georgia win. Your team will be part of history forever. You will, in fact, be a part of something that has never happened before. And after you can tell your kids, I was part of a legendary college football story.
Yeah, that was bad.
Sure, yeah. Just lose because you could be part of history. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. All right, that's all we got.
I would like to walk back a few of my statements. Apparently, in Tennessee walking horse training, some people used abusive methods to bring about that gait and how they walk. Some did not use as abusive. I disavow the abusive use completely. No matter how cool the walk is, I disavow. I want to make that clear. I didn't know there were some people out there. So I just want to make that clear. If you abuse horses, meet you at the gallows.
Yep. Guys, go check out Rowback.com. Use promo code More Important Issues to get 20% off your first purchase. They got awesome polos, Q-zips, hoodies, T-shirts, joggers, shorts, whatever you need, they got it. Go check them out, Rowback.com. Use promo code More Important Issues for 20% off your first purchase. And guys, let's go get a dub. Just a big old fat 50 burger dub.
Please.
We'll see y'all at noon on Saturday. And we're bringing the boat in, and we out.